tayo ngayon para makipanayan po sa mga OFW na nagtatrabaho dito. So, kuya, tanong ko lang po, sa ilang buwan or araw na o taon na nandito po kayo, ano ho bang masasabi niyong pagbabago sa inyo?
Napagano'n yung nanay ko. Kasi may sakit yung nanay ko. Tapos, yun naayos na yung bahay ko sa Pagkapan. Pakonti-konti. Yun, saka madalas talaga yung tita napupunta sa Pilipinas.
Mabuti naman po dahil nakakabigay naman po tayo sa pamilya sa atin.
Yun talaga ang priority talaga sa pamilya Pilipinas.
Kung pagpipiliin mo kayo, ano ho ba ang gusto niyong maging sitwasyon ngayon? Na nandito ho kayo sa Dubai nagtatrabaho, na malayo sa pamilya, o nasa Pilipinas ho, na malapit sa pamilya at nagtatrabaho?
Siyempre sa Pilipinas, mas gusto ko sa Pilipinas. Dahil sabi ko nga sa sarili ko, bigyan ko lang sa sarili ko. Magpunta ko dito sa abroad, tapos nakaipon, dito din sa Pilipinas.
Mabuti na. Sige, salamat po yan.
Being an OFW or an overseas Filipino worker, it's not as good or as pretty as it seems. People pretty much judge or base a person's life through social media. Post of gifts, balikbayan boxes, pictures and photos of a person traveling, and even the food that they eat in abroad. But what most do not understand is that these pretty much make up just the tenth of our real lives. Behind the camera phones and the tag of our Facebook friends, it is far from being all that colorful. Nobody ever takes pictures of a hard manual work of long hours or getting scolded by an employer. Nobody talks about the constant immigration struggle or fear involved in the life of an undocumented immigrant. Most of these poor living conditions rarely make it to Facebook posts or social media. Nobody puts in a status update, or no one tweets that they came as a nurse or a scientist, but actually worked as nannies. Nobody brags about being a professor with a lifetime contract in the Philippines who work as a janitor or factory worker abroad. We do our best and what we can to cover up the truth or to keep the drama away from home. Even if our lives aren't exactly as what we expected, at least our families expect or imagine otherwise. It's not easy because it is a lonely life. Being far from your family, far from your home, and far from the people you love. Our interactions where we can really be ourselves are limited to meetings with fellow Filipinos, most of whom are also busy with their own lives. There will be times when you'll want at least one person to know you well. You'll want someone of the same blood to be around you just to feel some kind of permanent bond. You'll want someone to recognize you on the street or look for you if you haven't passed by in a while. You'll wish someone would visit you just because they were in the neighborhood. But the sad thing is, nobody really does that, nor has the time. One has to make time to bump into someone they know or simply get used to being invisible. Whenever there's a financial need at home, the first person in mind is always the one who is abroad, believing that money is easy because it's almost a given that you might have extra cash on hand. Maybe when OFWs speak up about their experiences, more Filipinos won't think of it as the ultimate goal. Maybe that could help fix the broken system back home, rather than be satisfied with constantly sending our labor to other shores. It is a well-known fact that there is a great number of overseas Filipino workers. The number is so great that each probably has at least one relative who is an OFW. However, not only is the number of overseas Filipino workers great, but also constantly increasing. As of 2013, there are 10,238,614 of total population of Filipinos. The regions with the most number of OFWs is United States with a significant population of 3.4 million. Next is Saudi Arabia, which has 1 million total of OFWs, followed by UAE, Canada, Malaysia, Japan, Qatar, and other countries. At first glance, it could possibly be thought of as something harmful to the Philippines, with their own countrymen leaving their home at an increasing rate. However, it is actually the other way around, as it greatly benefits the country's economy in its GDP through their annual remittances. The development of OFWs across the world has risen over the past decade due to the great demand of skilled workers. And in turn, Filipinos working in foreign lands think about their family back home, sacrificing a lot just to be with their family, just to visit them, and just to be able to provide their needs. And so, once the paycheck arrives, they then send part of the money back home. With that, some part of the money sent is also remitted to the government through the form of taxes. But there are government officials that have hidden desires to steal money from the government for personal and sometimes illegal purposes. It then means that more money goes to corruption rather than the improvement of our country. And are you familiar of a specific sign near the cashier that says, "Your taxes will be remitted to the government for the ultimate development of the Philippines"? That is absolute nonsense.
I'm sure you guys have friends outside, right? We need to increase our shabu production.
More money to corruption means less money to rehabilitation.
Make more double time. We need to sell all of these things. We don't have the time in the world.
People are just growing tired of the inaction and insincerity of leading officials when they promise to fight corruption.
And thanks to all your efforts, here are your salaries.
like I'm going crazy. I've got this lady, she's got me on my knees. I'm saying, baby, baby, please don't leave tonight without giving me some of your loving. It makes me weak. Somebody save me. Like I'm going crazy. I've got this lady, the way her lips just move, the way I get when she says my name. It's a feeling that never feels the same.